What's going on, people? 257B with this type of the track. It's a skid steer with this type of the track. So I ordered Caterpillar bushings for this and they did not show up, but I got a new Hockey Pops. So that's what I got left over from a bushing. There's one piece and I'm working on the other side. So see how the track is off? So if you want to take the whole entire track assembly on these machines, you don't have to unhook the hoses. There's plenty of slag on them. And see how it dried out? So the shaft actually looks pretty good. And that's my inner bushing. That's all left over from it. So what I ended up doing, I went to the machine shop. We got one over here. And I got this type of bushing, which I will drill a couple holes in them. And they will slide right inside there. So I don't know exactly what size it is. I just kind of don't touch it. So they will slide in. It's going to be one outer, one inner. The problem is there's a grease zerk. That's why I'm going to drill a couple holes and there's a groove. So this bushing is actually not bad, but I believe it will work. My front ones are not too bad, but right here, this is actually a spacer. If you air hammer, it will come off, and I actually made a groove in it. So by making up the groove, I got a washer. I gotta move this track back. So I got a washer, and this washer will make up that groove that got wore out. So it's gonna be like brand new. Because I believe those bushings are just this piece. It's like $60, which is stupid. So washers, I can't give you dimensions, but if you have one of these machines, I literally didn't know how the track assembly comes off, but it's super slick because the planetary is the part of the track assembly. Like on the newer skid steer, the planetary is actually attached to the machine. This one is by itself, which is super slick. Like literally 2 bolts and you will slide the whole entire track off. I did rebuild those sprockets already, but this bushings got really, really bad to that point. I was feeling it when I'm turning it. I was feeling it how it's hammering. And this one is already rebuilt. I mean, like this machine off the ground. But what do? You gotta lift it up where it is. I got an eject stance all the way in 4 corners. And I literally could grab it and move it, and the track would move back and forth. And the problem is, when you have a little bit of plane, you're like, screw it, no big deal. Make sure you keep the grease in them because there's a grease zerk inside. There's 2 more. If that little bit of groove, like very little, play, the problem is it start having slapping in its wheel, wore out even more. For like example, this Hockey Pop, see that groove? So that's why I replaced it with the new ones. Well, actually it was this way. See how wore out on the angle? And I will run up and show you what the new one is. So in the new one, see, it doesn't have a groove on it. So this little pins, it's really not necessary like to have them. They do offer them. Like this one doesn't have it because it's not going to go anywhere. So I think the reason they want to keep this in place, just in case if it spins, so it doesn't shear the bolt off. But I don't think it will spin because it sits so tight against it. And what I end up doing, I end up putting it inside O-rings to keep the grease in there. They don't offer one, but that's something I add on myself, which I have this Komatsu kit. And that's the O-rings I use. I basically push the bushing farther in and then slit couple O-rings on the inside and outside, so similar to like a S-cam bushing, so it keeps the grease in them. So yeah, little tip for today. Thanks for watching all.